Yeah. Yeah, yeah. There's, and it's not necessarily any one, but I've seen so many, and I wanted to create like a style. Like usually in most of the series that I watch, right? Or like there's a really cool one where the hero practices something called like star martial arts, and he has a spear, but he also has his fist style. Then he also has a sword. 10th century China. Weeks? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So I figured, sword spear is very classic. Sword spear is very classic. Um, Also want to create a character based on Storm Riders. I For anybody that knows Storm Riders, Cloud and Wind were uh two of the titular characters of Storm Riders. They were, that's how I kind of want to create the motif and the drip of Solo, my cultivator. That's what they're called, cultivators. And a lot of the manhwas that I read, these are some of them are some of them are Chinese, and that's called something else. But then the way they construct the stories are pretty cool and very similar. Um, so I have a pretty decent idea. There's like we're watching Tales of Gods and Demons, like Demons and Gods, and uh, they, yeah, what I want to do, what I want to do, job wise, I was thinking about trying to delve into like one of the cool classic, cultivating, you know, things that's fantastic about and I don't know if Werewolves Meet has this, but I'm gonna explore, like everyone else is in a few hours. If they have being able to be an alchemist. Can we see that? Can you be an alchemist in Werewolves Meet? Uh, you looking up Storm Rider. Storm Rider is ill, man. Oh, the outfits are ridiculous. And you'd have to watch. They change. They actually have an animated movie. If you care to watch that one, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. They to animate those guys. Pills and potions. Yeah, yeah. Because you wanna know why? The more refined a pill is, the better its effects. This is what I know of. Well, I wanna, yeah, like I wanna be able to, like I just got the Wandering Sword, right? And I was putting uh a lot of emphasis on alchemy because if you look at the way they tell stories in a lot of these series that we're gonna watch, I'm introducing you to a couple of them already, and beginning after the end, and which season two comes out this spring. Y'all tune in. Um, that's coming out, and Tales of Demons and Gods, which we're watching. Those are like 6 minute shorts. Or 3 minute shorts. Those are fantastic. Yeah, but it's kind of like that. Now, if you look at Nile, now if you look at Nile, like what he does, he's he's like, yo, like we need to make money, so he buys poison to kill these livestock to sell their parts and their meat or whatever. It's no, he buys a paralytic, then they kill the thing, then they sell the parts, and then they make money. And this is how they make money for like weeks to buy the material they need to get stronger. That's where we were when we were watching. You know what I'm saying? But the way now, all the things that are gonna come of what they do, you're gonna see that Ali has like so many skills. He's a skilled alchemist. He's a skilled like the only thing I think Ali can't do is he's not a blacksmith. I think that's the only thing he can. But he was like you gonna see it because you have to understand he done lived twice. But the one of the central things in most of the heroes that I've seen in all of the things that I've ever watched, they always had something unique in that they could either create special weapons and or pills, you know, that give certain effects that last or even elevate or can help you break through to the next levels. So yeah, stats matter in these things because yeah. Single player campaign. Okay. Right, right. They have a weapon synergy system. It's the type. They got like different types of the same type of weapon. It's like, all right, yeah. But see, the type of sword I want is a sword that can take on multiple enemies. I think a sword is a good for one-on-one, and which is what I how I plan to play. But the type, see, unnamed sword and strategic sword are different. The yeah, sometimes like strategic sword is a different type, the different type of abilities attached to it. So it's about what I'm trying to do as far as the way I want to play my weapons. Now, I want to I want to see what type of spear I want. I'm looking at nameless lance because I'm thinking that nameless lance, if I can see this, thinking nameless lance can allow me to fight multiple enemies at once. Like if I get attacked by multiple enemies, how many people can I fight? Can I attack at once? So is it see Storm Dance, yeah. Sky Shaking Lance, right? There's also a round strike. Yes, Storm Dance. Uh, But see, that would mean that I have to look at what sword. That's that's unnamed sword. That's unnamed sword and word. That's that's unnamed sword and nameless lance. Does that make sense?
So
Uh, Unnamed lance is at the start, and nameless lance at the start. It's by mail after a few level ups. Lance. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. All right, man. We kind of have an idea. Unnamed sword. Sword, sword, spear. Learn everything else because I know they're good when they patch an upgrade for like different types of kung fu because they have to do that, dude. You got to throw drunken style, all that into this, bro. Like you can't just the weapons are cool, man. Yeah, I remember those. I forget the name. I know exactly what you're talking about, and those are also. I don't think they were. There was some type of. You'll bring it up though. I remember they had those blades, but they could do that, but they have to give us some sort of um martial arts styles, like southern. Like there's tons of different types of kung fu all over. Yeah, because the thing is, those are definitely Japanese. I hope, like, I hope they give us something because the fact that they're fighting kung fu styles is heavily implied by watching that video of that dude using tai chi to move the bear and slam the bear into the. So like, what is he doing if not kung fu? You know what I'm saying? So what style of kung fu? Like, what school are you from? Like, sort of thing. You know, I that's it's wishful thinking, but because you know if you watch the the heroes of all the old kung fu movies like Shaolin, Wu Tang, people recognize each other by schools. Like I fought people like that fight like in your style, that type of stuff. Like you know, yeah, like or I mastered your style and then I threw it away and I don't like it no more and I'm about to just crush you. Yeah, like or something like that. Like you see all those confrontations, and I'm just saying, like yeah, it's cool to do that with swords and spears and stuff like that, but also awesome to be able to have the ability to pair, you know, two melee weapons, a two melee weapons, a ranged weapon like a bow, along with your choice of melee fighting style. Maybe somebody's melee fighting style is drunken. Maybe it's southern style kung fu. Maybe it's northern style. Maybe it's Shaolin, Hung Gar. There's, I hope I'm not butchering that. Let me Google that. I think it's Hungar. 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 Kung. I'm probably saying it wrong. Northern style kung fu. Let's see. Okay. Let me see different styles. Different styles of kung fu. Different styles of kung fu. All right. Which one am I talking about? I might have been thinking about the Bagua Palm, but there's so much. You know what I mean? Hunga, look at that, Hunga. It's Hunga. Hunga Quen, shown to the Hunga, is an ancient southern Chinese martial art. I knew what I was talking about, man. I ain't crazy. Like, see, I was thinking about this one. See, I was butchering it. I know, like, hopefully my yeah, yeah, yeah. There's tons of animal forms. Tiger, yeah, but there's a ton of stuff that's not animal forms, brother. Like that's a 'But I'm hoping that they include that as like a patch. Maybe there's something like, it's part of because I would hate for them to include a fighting style then have to take away a weapon. That would be I would want it to be a feature like the bow is a feature because everybody gonna have a bow. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna have there are two weapons and a bow. We should have two weapons, a bow, and a fighting style because we're all kung fu cultivating. We all got meridians. We out here. Like, 4 hours and 49 minutes. Let me turn on mine. Everybody home from work. $4 and 49 minutes. I was right. I took calc, yeah, in college. I took calc. You know what I'm saying? Follow us on Twitch. .tv/dirty_saint. I ain't gonna mess his up. Yes, sir.